What's up? I'm Mel. Thank you for watching the Apothecary Diaries Season 2, Episode 6. Last episode, we saw Jinchi dance, and he danced actually pretty damn good. Like, they even the girl were actually very impressed. I mean, I'm pretty sure they didn't realize it was Jinchi. Also, I don't think they've even realized what exactly happened, because the mama was using some magic trick to make him appear and disappear. But they were pretty impressed. But then after we kind of saw like at least one of them in the shadows, like saying some weird stuff. So I don't know. Maybe they're gonna be a problem eventually. We also ended the episode with learning some pretty important information about the fact that only a male doctor can like do eye surgery and make medicine, which Mama was a bit confused about. She was like, "Wait, what about me?" And they were like, "Well, we're looking the other way for you." So be careful, by the way. So it is good to know. Also, we also know that Jinchi is trying to change that somehow. I feel like maybe this episode is gonna be, maybe we're gonna learn more about all of this, and or maybe not. Maybe it's gonna be something totally different. I guess we'll see. But if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's go. Is that good or bad? Because she knows Mama made medicine. Yeah. Like, maybe it's gonna be fine. Okay. Maybe she wants to learn too. Nice to meet you.
玉葉様と同じ裁縫の生まれかお呼び立てしたのは頼みたいことがあるからでして。
How so?
剣妃リファ妃の水晶球の下女に薬を作っていただきたいのです。こちらの洗濯場に来ていた顔なじみの下女でして、キャラバンの時期から倦怠感や微熱が続いているようでした。
I don't think it's someone we've seen before.
からばったり姿を見せず。洗濯場を変えた、あるいは係が変わったのでは。だとしても、あの席は一度見ておくべきです。つまり診療所にも来てないと。はい。上からのお許し。
Yeah, that is possible.
外出たところで無視された可能性が高い。
Yeah.
その下女を見なくなってもう半月になるのです。半月
Okay, so I mean, we have to track her down first. I mean, of course she does. That is also very true.
こういうの気になる性格なのはわかるけど、ちゃんとお伺いは立てなさいね。突っ走るのは良くないくせ。
I mean, honestly, that is a good advice.
ついでもらうとして今できること。
Is catch fucking lizards? That's what you can do right now? What then? You were looking for it. Oh, it's a lizard tail. Oh, come on. It's just a little tail. So she is involved. Yeah, I was like, yeah, that's a good idea to ask him. Well, I think maybe she can decide that for herself, you know? I mean, you act a little more confidently, come on. I mean, it's signed by Jinchi. I wonder if this lady's actually like trying to cause trouble, or she's just like so by the rules that she's actually causing trouble and she doesn't even realize it. I see. Oh. Oh, is there some resentment in there? Damn, she fucking heard that.
どうしました？
いや、あれは何の小屋かと思いまして。
別にただの物置です。
Oh, is it now to storage fucking sick people? Is that what you're doing in there?
ていらっしゃるんですね。
Oh, damn. He's talking to her directly.
久しぶりです。先日は
Oh, she didn't even recognize was Mao.
あなた、あの時の。
Yeah.
待ちなさい。何よ。
Is there only one person in there or is there more than one? What have you been doing? Was she just hiding it like because she thought it would look bad? But
おじさん、お湯沸かしてください。どうしてこんな扱いを？
yeah, what happened? Dude, what do you mean why not?
病人を隔離するのは常識でしょう。確かに感染力は低いですが、これはうつる病です。でもこのような処置を続けていたら死に至ります。
Well, I don't think she cares very much.
をごまかすために病人が置かれているようだと。
Hmm.
待ちなさい。
Oh. Is it like the poison?
仕事が多いですね。先日禁止となったキャラバンの交易品がこんなに。
Yeah. I mean, they're not poison, but they can be used as such.
はずがない。こんな小娘に本当の目的なんて。
I mean, I don't know. It looks pretty obvious to me. I mean, also, it doesn't really matter.
どういうおつもりですか？
Maybe, is she pregnant or is she trying to make so the concubine that doesn't become pregnant?
皆様お揃いです。
Okay, everyone's here now. And who is everyone? Like, I mean, of course, she deserves to be part of it. And she's here too.
品には毒物になり得るものがあったため回収する。そう触れが出ていたはずだが。
面差しがどことなく似て目を引く。
Yeah.
高そうな美女
I
だ。
wonder why.
だからこそあえての自助頭か。置いてあるかまでは存じませんでした。それが罪になりますか？
Well, I mean,
隔離したことは罪で。
yeah, sadly, it was not a crime.
いきなりやってきてリファ様に合わせろと言った挙句、他の宮の物置を漁る方が問題では？
Well, I mean, look, we found some pretty interesting stuff, so I'd be careful as to what you're trying to say right now.
わざわざはしための容体を見に来てくださるなんて。それなら体に香油の匂いが残っていてもおかしくありませんね。
Yes, it was to hide it, yeah.
匂いなどしなかった神様でもこれ以上出過ぎてはいけない。
Yeah, don't say too much. Let her actually try to say stuff that is bad for her.
腹の立つことはあるものだ。
Yeah, don't slap this one. I don't think that would be good.
この香油と同じ匂いがします。念の
Damn.
確かめさせてもらえませんか？
Damn. Damn, fucking cut her.
その辺で私に任せてもらえないかしら。
Her?
リファヒ。
I mean,
このものの罪状はどうなるのでしょう？
仮に堕胎剤を作ろうとしたならば、帝の子を殺すのと同義です。
それは。
I mean, unless like it's for her, then it's a lot different. But like I kind of feeling it's not.
あなたは一度も私のことを。
Yeah, she's pretty jealous.
国母としてふさわしくない。そう思っていたんでしょう。あなたと私、どちらが妃になるか、最後までわからなかったものね。何、上から目線で言ってるの？
I mean, I don't think that's the case, but
他にもいっぱい。あなたよりも私の方が優れてるのに。なんで周りはみんな。胸の大きさが、いや、妃としての器
sure.
情に支配され間違いを犯す愚かな人間は
Yeah.
5万といる。
神様もまたそのような一人なのだろう。
I mean, it is sad.
あなたは私よりも上なわけ。そんなわけないわ。私はずっと国母になるべき育ったのよ。
それは自白と捉えていいか。
What's she gonna do? She gonna fucking throw it at her? Yeah, maybe we should not be smelling what's going on here, though.
帝をよほどお慕いしているのですね。
当たり前じゃない。何を言うの。
Does she really?
私はただ国母という立場を愛しているように見えましたので。
I mean, yeah.
そんな風に思っていたのね。シン。
Jesus, damn. I mean, I can't say she didn't deserve it a little bit.
よってこのものを解雇します。
リファヒ、それは。
あら、平手では足りませんか。ではこちらで。
Damn, Jesus.
立ちません。
やるな。もう昔のリファ様じゃない。
Yeah.
自分の玉の斧をついげるのを待つ儚げな女性はどこにもいない。
今後一切。
Yeah, I think she's doing this to protect her in a way.
もう二度と二人が並び立つ日は来ないだろ
I
う。
mean, that is sad, though.
使え。血が出ているぞ。
平気ですよ。薄皮一枚ですし。
そういう問題じゃない。
Yeah, just take it, you know?
神様はなぜ香油が堕胎罪になることを知って。
That is a very good question.
それもキャラバンが持ち込んだ交易品が。
問いただしたところで口を割るかどうかは。
I mean, it's good to ask.
かに香油が堕胎罪となることを吹き込んだ人物がいると。
I mean,
わかりません。
there's definitely something.
用心するに越したこと。
Okay, that's the girl I wanted to help the other girl.
物置にいた子、どうなりました。
Yeah, is she getting better?
治療を受けるそう。
Yeah, I mean, I hope she's gonna be alright.
責任は自分
I mean, I think that's fair.
費用も負担するらしい。
I think she can afford it.
はい、何でもご存知ですのね。彼女には助けられてばかりです。
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how many times she saved you.
どうなさいました。
Unless he was doing it? I don't think so. It was a little ominous. Okay, and also that. Okay, sure. Okay, alright. Alright. Well, we did focus on like a bit, not exactly on the fact that what we learned last episode about the fact that Mama is not able to do, I mean, she's not allowed to do medicine. I mean, we did focus on that a little bit, but not like that fact exactly. We had the old lady from the clinic that saw that Mama made some medicine. I was like, well, she summoned her, which obviously it's a little scary at first because like, well, is she like, because she technically Mama did something illegal, so like she could get in trouble. But like the fact that she like needed her for something, it felt more like she saw what she did. I was like, well, maybe you could do something for me, and she was right to ask her with how things played out. But yeah, and she saw something like a girl getting sick, and she couldn't see her anymore, and she was like, I'm getting worried about this girl. I wonder if I'm guessing it's just because she's good like that. Like I don't think she had like a special relationship with the girl that was coughing. I think she just saw someone in need, and she was like, well, I couldn't help her, and now she's not here anymore, so she definitely still needs help. So there's also the fact that if it's contagious and you don't want it spreading everywhere, well, it needs to be treated and looked at. So that's also part of why Mama was like, well, yeah, of course, I think it's important for us to do it, even though it's not like it doesn't touch us directly. It could eventually if it spreads. And also, Mama was she's a good person. Like she wants to help people, and so they came up with a plan to go to the place are in disguise because they could recognize her, even though was she really disguised? I mean, I guess she's disguised if like you don't see her too much. Like when I saw her like this, I was wondering, oh, I wonder who that is. Like she kind of, I mean, she has green hair. She's the only person here with green hair. So I mean, I don't know. It didn't fool me, but I mean, it worked at least. It worked enough so she didn't think about it. So she also came with the doctor guy, which is good because technically she's not allowed to do medicine stuff, and he is allowed, even though he's not super respected or super great. I mean, I'm sure he's fine and he does stuff, he can do stuff, but he's definitely not as good as Mama. But it's at least good to have him here for the form. And so they went in there, and luckily she kind of just noticed, like I don't know if she actually heard the person cough or like she just saw the bush or anything, but she felt like there's something in there that we need to look at. And they obviously they did, and they found the sick girl, and the other woman was like, well, I mean, come on, I had to do something, and I didn't want it to spread, so I put her in quarantine. Which, like, yes, I mean, it makes sense, I understand, but like the way you're saying it makes it kind of feel that's not really why you did it. You kind of just like throw in there and like, oh, I don't care. And actually she did care, because my mom was like, actually, I think there's a reason why you're happy to have her here and like dying here. It's because she's hiding other stuff here, and like all the perfumes that could be used to create a drug for abortion, which obviously, like at first I was like, well, maybe, because she was like, oh well, she's not gonna figure out the whole story. Because I was like, okay, well, maybe it's not something obvious, because obviously the obvious thing was, oh, she's jealous of the high-ranking concubine, and she wants her to not have a baby and everything like that, which turned out to be true. So I was like, okay, if it's not the obvious thing, what else could it be? I was like, well, maybe she's pregnant and she's trying to do an abortion on herself, which is very different. That is very different. Like if that was the case, I would have been. That would have been a lot more fine. I was like, oh well, look, maybe like obviously I don't know what the rules here. I wouldn't be surprised if it's frowned upon. But look, that I don't care. But obviously, when you're trying to force someone else to kill their baby, like that's not good. You can't do that. You can't be doing that. And obviously, we learned that she's jealous of it. Well, so like they were raised together. I'm not sure. Like, were they sisters? Were they like cousin? Like they were part of the same clan. Also, they kind of look like each other. But also, it didn't seem like they were sisters. But maybe they were. Anyway, they were raised together. And they were raised as people that were gonna become like the super important. And obviously, like I can't understand how she became so obsessed with it. It's because that's all her life is. That's all her life has been. She was born for it. And like people all her life were telling her, oh, you're gonna do great. You need to study to become like this important person. And if things just didn't pan out. And once like she was like, well, I'm not gonna get where I was supposed to get. Like, what else do I have? Even though like she has a high-ranking position, like she still feels like it doesn't matter. Like all her life, all she did was to attain that own goal, because like all she's been told is that that's where you need to go. That's how you get fulfilled. That's what your destiny is. And obviously, like she gets to a point where she see her sister or relative like get to the position that she was promised, and she was like, well, what do I do now? Like I can't do anything else. That's my thing. That's what I've been doing my whole life. Like if I don't get this, then my life doesn't matter. And so like she obviously became resentful, and she did stuff to sabotage the other girl, because like she couldn't get there, and maybe in her head she was like, oh well, if I sabotage her enough, maybe I can take her place and become like what I need to become. Like that it's pretty much like she felt like it was the only way. Like she needs to get to this position, otherwise her life doesn't matter. So of course she's willing to do anything to get there, because like that's all she's been told her whole life. Which is just sad, which like it is part of the problem of the system. Obviously, she's responsible of this. I'm not saying like, oh, she has no responsibility, but like this whole thing of like having those people become super important, of like having children, like teaching them everything so they can become those person because it's good for the family. Well, that's not good for them. That's not good for their fucking mental. Obviously, sometimes I'm sure it turns out okay, but like clearly not all the time, which is just sad. Like, and it's sad that now she's gonna be. I mean, obviously she deserves to be banished. Like, she did some pretty fucked up stuff. And she got it pretty easily because like the concubine was like slapped her and was like, oh well, banish her, I don't want her to see her again. Obviously she was doing it so she don't get in too much trouble. But now it's just sad because if she actually managed to not like feel that way and not be like so poisoned by that mentality, she could actually have a great life with like someone she knows, and like everything could have been great. But obviously it didn't turn out this way, which is pretty sad. But yeah. But at the very end, we got this little scene of I think her name is Lyra. I think that's her name. Her with the Emperor, and she was telling him what happened. And she was like, "Damn, Mama would just keep fucking saving my life. It's kind of crazy how much awesome she is," which I agree. It is true. Like, it is kind of crazy how much good she's been doing since she's arrived here. And his reaction was interesting. He was kind of pondering. He's looking at his drink and thinking. Which, what was he thinking about? I don't know. Maybe like my first thought was like, wait, is he actually? Because there was one question that came out of all of this: is how did she know that all the perfume could make like the drug to make induce abortion? Like, how did she know that? I don't think she just knew that. So she learned that somewhere. Someone told her. Who is there? Someone in the inside teaching people about all of this? How did it happen? And then there was a scene with the Emperor. Like, my first thought was like, wait, is he actually in some way related to all of this? Is he like having people do stuff like that because he doesn't like her? Maybe he doesn't want her to have a child, even though it's his child, but maybe, I don't know, he doesn't want it with her. Maybe he doesn't want a child. I don't know. But I don't know. Like, that was my first thought. I don't necessarily have a strong feeling towards this. I was like, maybe it could be tons of other things. I feel like my other thought was maybe he's just thinking about Mama, about like how much she helped, even though she's a girl doctor. I mean, she's not really a doctor, but like, so maybe he's thinking this whole thing about maybe like, I know he's been trying. I think he's been also trying to change that. Maybe that's giving him a push to change that even more, so she could actually practice and help more people. He was definitely thinking about something, and she was like, "Oh, what? Is something wrong?" He was like, "Oh no, it's all right." But I'm watching you. And we really don't know much about the Emperor. Like, only thing we got, it was like one scene with him and I mean, we got a lot of scenes just seeing him say some stuff, but like the biggest scene was him talking to Jinshi. Like, other than that, we don't really know much about him. Like, we see him here and there, but like, I don't really know what his deal is. Like, I don't know. But I'm sure we'll eventually get more of him. But I guess we'll see. But yeah, they so far season 2 has been amazing. I've been loving it, and I can't wait to see more. So if you want up to 2 episodes ahead, check out Patreon. And that's about it. See ya.